We learned that LeBron James will look much different. His uniform will look much different next season. He has decided to go back in time. What's old is new again, and has said, you know what, I would like to add another digit to my uniform. So he's going to do exactly that. LeBron switching things up, going back to number 23 from his number 6. That's the uniform number he wore for 14 of his 20 seasons in the NBA. Now, Rich Paul commented on this, the number one LeBron jock sniffer, Rich Paul. Give him credit, man. He's made a lot of money off LeBron, man, right? If he didn't meet LeBron, what would Rich Paul be doing right now? Yeah, he might have been successful, but he wouldn't be as successful as he's been as he hooked his wagon to the LeBron train. Choo-choo. Anyway, Rich Paul said that LeBron has chosen to change his number out of respect for Bill Russell. Yeah, okay. So let us discuss. LeBron James changing his uniform from number 23 to number 6 is blank. So I've got commandeering, Toyotas, and pet food aisle. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make an inflated ego, which my man LeBron, he has that inflated ego. God bless him. So, number 1. Yes, LeBron James changing his uniform number is blank. How about unnecessary? How about insufferable? Those are 2 words that I've come up with to describe what's going on here. Now, he's doing it out of really boredom. I believe that is the case here, that in that little cartoon bubble over his head as LeBron sits around his resort-style pool up there in Bel Air, just above our studios here, where we broadcast from, that in that little cartoon bubble over there in Bel Air, he's cooking up different ways he can artificially create a little bit of buzz. Keep the brand in the spotlight. So my theory is LeBron has decided he wants to commandeer. He's into commandeering Kobe's playbook. Now, some would say he's already done that by wearing 2 different jersey numbers as a Laker, but he wants to make sure. He wants any doubt to go out the window that when he's done playing, he gets the full Lakers suck-up package. Because there's one thing the Lakers do almost as well as anyone else, other than the Celtics, in basketball, and that's retire jersey numbers. They're addicted to it. And so by commandeering number 23 again, you are helping to cement the fact that you get the Kobe playbook treatment. And LeBron setting himself up when he retires to have the Lakers retire both number 6 and number 23 for him. Because number 6 is not retired. The NBA didn't retire number 6 for Bill Russell. And by the way, I hate to be the bearer of reality, Bill's dead. You're not helping Bill out, okay? He's not alive, so he doesn't know you did this, so just forget about that being part of it. And meanwhile, the other factor in this LeBron jersey number situation is the people that make the jerseys. There are so many LeBron jerseys that are made that are available on the market at any given time. Just think if you travel to places like, I don't know, you can go throw darts at a globe, spin the globe and then throw darts. And you can go around and be like, okay, I'm going to go visit Mongolia or Uganda or El Salvador, and I will see number 6 LeBron James jerseys because they got to get rid of those. They got to get rid of those, and so just send them far, far away. Like they send that losing Super Bowl merchandise, even though they print T-shirts for the team, each team to win, the one that loses, they send that to random places like Congo. You can see a LeBron James number 6 jersey in Congo if you want. All right, now, page 2, moving away from LeBron. Okay, Damian Lillard continues to twist in the wind. I know you're worried about that as well. You've got bills to pay. You got crap you got to do in your life, and you're worried about where Dame Lillard is going to end up. But another weekend has now come and gone, and not radio silence, because we did have a little noise on this, but no transaction. We have had no transaction on Lillard going here, there, or anywhere, and nobody is budging an inch. Not an inch. Not an inch at this point. The stare down continues between the Heat and the Blazers. And Lillard did post a little video on social on the social media there over the weekend, giving his thoughts on how he felt about Portland. So I don't know if you saw this or not. Lillard commenting on Portlandia. What did he say? He said, quote, "You know it's all love on my behalf. It's bulletproof. Bulletproof love for PDX, baby. You already know." That was the declaration, close quote, from Lillard. Okay, bulletproof love. So how should Blazer fans handle Dame Lillard giving bulletproof love for Portland while also at the same time simultaneously saying he wants to get as far away from Portland as he possibly can? Literally, geography-wise, there is nowhere further than the distance between Portland, Oregon, and Miami, Florida. Nowhere. So do the math on this. Yeah. This is not that hard. Pretty straightforward, in fact, to figure out what Lillard's doing here. He's sending a bit of conflicting information, but it's actually not that hard. Here's why. Lillard is worried about Toyotas. Why is he worried about Toyotas? Ergo, selling Toyotas. You see, he owns Damian Lillard Toyota at McMinnville, Oregon. He's got to sell cars. He can't say, screw you, I hate Oregon, the people suck, I don't believe in Bigfoot, and the weather's terrible, and your donuts blow. He can't say that. He's got cars to sell. So he's like, I love you guys. Bulletproof love. By the way, would you like to buy a Highlander? How about a Corolla? Would you like that? Yes, I'll even put my name on the license plate frame. Will that move the car? Yeah. Well, anyway, Lillard's trying to thread a needle. He wants South Beach, but he's also got to protect his business interest on the Oregon Trail in the Pacific Northwest, and so here we are. Now, the word on the street is the Heat, their offer as it stands right now, if you believe the scuttlebutt, and we always believe the scuttlebutt, is that there'll be a hodgepodge of Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, the other, not Nikola Jokic, Jovic. Is that his name? I believe the other guy, the other Nikola. For Miami? I don't even know who this guy is, but he didn't play much. But 4 first-round picks and 3 first-round pick swaps supposedly would be in the trade at this point. Portland would likely include some other spam from their roster to facilitate the trade to Miami. All right, final point. So some comings and goings in the NBA that actually did happen, transactions that actually took place over the weekend. The Suns continuing to try to throw slop against the wall to fill out their roster as they have decided to go top-heavy with the big 3, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and then if you include DeAndre Ayton, the top 4, although DeAndre Ayton, after what he did in the playoffs last year, not exactly at the top of the list. That, nonetheless, Phoenix agreeing to a contract with Bol Bol. That's right. The Spawn, if you're old, you know who Manute Bol is. Bol Bol will be bowling in Arizona, in the Valley of the Sun. At the same time, while they were welcoming Bol Bol, they were saying bye-bye to Cameron Payne. Payne is out. Second-round pick and cash considerations to San Antonio. The Suns got 3 second-round picks back in a convoluted trade with Orlando and San Antonio. Now, have the Suns upgraded their roster with Cam Payne leaving and Bol Bol coming inbound? So I am shaking my head no on this one. I am, and I'm never wrong about my NBA takes, ever, unless I am. But no, I'm going no on this. And I'm looking at that Suns roster, and Phoenix is doing the slide and the glide is what they're doing right now. It's a top-heavy roster, as we said, with Booker, Durant, and Bradley Beal. The rest of that roster, even with Bol Bol, who's bounced around because normally he wears out his welcome, and they're like, hey, we're better off without you. There's a stench when you're in the locker room. Even though you're talented and you're tall and all that, we'd rather have somebody else. But you look around, that roster is firmly planted on the pet food aisle because you've got Jordan Goodwin, Eric Gordon, who's washed up, Josh Okogie, Bol Bol, Drew Eubanks, and some other players who I've also not heard of. And you know what that is? Kibbles and bits is what that is. That is the rest of the Suns roster. It's kibbles and bits right on the pet food aisle at your local grocery store. Right there. And they also should pick up a flea bath because inevitably Durant, Booker, and Beal, 2 of those 3 guys will get hurt. So then you're going to have whoever's left, maybe it's Booker, and Josh Okogie and Bol Bol for a good chunk of the regular season. What could possibly go wrong? Seriously, what could possibly go wrong?